Guys, so today we are going to be making some stuffed shells, and I'm going to show you what we will be needing. So you'll be needing the shells. We have some ricotta here. We have this huge jar of ricotta because we love ricotta that much. We have some mozzarella cheese. You can use whatever choice you prefer. And then we have 2 jars of our favorite sauce, which is ragu. And we are also going to be making some ground beef, and I'll show you that right now. Right now, you guys, we have a pot coming to a boil for our pasta. And then right here, we have some ground beef that Darlene is cooking. She's seasoned with salt, pepper, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and Mrs. Dash lemon pepper, salt-free. We didn't record the part because it kind of got ruined on us. And you guys already know how we season our beef. So, yeah. So here we have the ground beef just cooking up. It's been on the stove top for like 5 to 6 minutes. We're just going to continue cooking it. I'm going to taste it in a couple minutes to see if I need to adjust any flavorings. And then I'll show you when I put the sauce in. Okay, so here what we have is the jar of ricotta. And what Darlene's going to be doing is seasoning it. Just because if you tried ricotta does not have any flavor at all. Yeah. I mean, it's good plain, but you want to add a little bit of flavor to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. I don't want to put too much. I'm going to add some pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, just a very tiny bit, just because, remember, I'm going to be mixing cheeses with this and stuff. So I got some oregano in here. And then I got some basil. And I want to add a lot of basil. And then some parsley flakes, right? Now, I'm going to take, sorry you guys, you know we're not all professional here. We like to cook, you know. And if we make some mistakes, we're not editing nothing. Yeah. You know, we gotta keep it real here. Yeah. So that's how chefs do it in the kitchen. We're adding some eggs to it, just 1 egg. And then we're just gonna mix this all together until it's nicely combined. And then I'll show you when I add the cheeses. We have this 6 cheese blend that we're gonna be using. And as you can see, I mixed my mixture already. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. Half a bag, right? I might add a little bit of ricotta to it. I mean, not ricotta, mozzarella. And also a little bit of Parmesan cheese, real Parmesan cheese. I'm going to grate some in here just to give it a nice flavor and a blend of different cheeses. Because, of course, you already know how we are. We love cheese. We're cheese fanatics. It's Easter Sunday and, you know, it's family day. And today is the day to indulge. We're taking some mozzarella cheese. We're just going to add a little bit, you guys. And then we're just going to mix this away. So, you guys, now we are grating some real Parmesan cheese. As you can see it right there. And I'm just going to do half a cup, you guys. And I'm just going to mix it well. You know, the price does range in the supermarket. It can go from $4 to $10 depending, you know, on how expensive, you know, this cheese is. But you want to use real stuff, because real stuff, you know, always tastes 10 times better than, you know, that imitation or prepackaged stuff. So our water is boiling a bit, so I'm just going to add my shells. And you want to add this for 7 minutes because we're going to be covering it up. So, and we're going to put them in the oven, is what she means. So you don't want to overly cook it, like boil it, so that it can get too soft. And then it's just going to be a disaster. And also, one more thing. I'm probably going to leave these for 5 minutes. And just because you're going to be, you know, stuffing these with cheese. And if you overcook them, they're going to break on the edges. And you don't want that. So you want to leave them al dente. So 5 or 6 minutes is plenty of time. We Have the shells already cooked. You want to leave them for 5 minutes exactly, and after that you want to drain them and run them immediately under cold water. And what that's going to do is going to stop the cooking process, and that's exactly what you need. You want them to be cooled because when you are filling these up, you're going to have to touch them and you don't want to burn your hands. So you guys, as you can see, look at my shells. When you put them in cold water, it immediately stops the cooking process, and it's gonna feel like they're hard, like they're not cooked properly. They are cooked properly. It's just you kind of shock them after putting them from boiling them to cold water. So this is what you want. 5 minutes, and then I'll show you the next step. So now we're adding the ragu sauce. I'm just gonna add the whole jar. I'm just gonna let this simmer down for about 10 minutes on low heat, and then we'll start cooking and we'll start filling the shells. Pan we're gonna use. So I'm gonna take a little bit of sauce and I'm just gonna mix it around with a spoon and make sure everything is evenly coated. So this is what we're working with right now. So now what I did was, because I don't have a big enough Ziploc bag, I just put it in one of these mini ones. I'm gonna cut the tip of it and then I'll show you the next step. So what you want to do is fill it halfway through on one side, which I made a big enough hole so it's actually, I don't have to even turn it around. If you want to add a little bit more on this side, you can, but this is what it's looking like. Fill it one side, then the next side, then you just want to pile them down. I'll show you one more, you guys. And basically we got the Ziploc bag from the Dollar Tree. That's a better way, just because we don't have any piping bags at home, and that's gonna, you know, save you some time. That way you don't have to use a spoon. Yeah, because if you use a spoon, you guys, it's terrible. Like, this is tedious, very time consuming, you guys, especially if you're feeding a crowd. You know, have somebody help you, because, you know, it's a lot of work, but, you know, it's worth it. So here's what we have so far. Okay, you guys, we're down to the last one. Filling it up. Now I'm gonna let my meat cool down for a bit before I add it on top, just because if I were to put it up right now, all the cheese is gonna be, you know, going all over the place. I know it doesn't look professional, it doesn't look the best filled, but you know what? We made it with love and it's gonna taste bomb. So I'll show you when I'm gonna put the meat on top. Here we have the ground beef, and this is basically done, so I'm just gonna turn this off. It has been simmering away for about 10 minutes. Look how good it looks. So I'm gonna let it cool before we put it on top of the pasta, just because we don't want all the cheese to run out. We have the shells that are already done and filled, and now we're gonna be adding some of the ground meat on top. I love this dish, you guys. It's like, if you guys haven't done it, you guys definitely, we recommend you guys to do it. It's basically like lasagna. It's a little bit more time consuming, but I just love it this way. Like, this is amazing. Yeah, it tastes awesome, you guys. I let it cool down for the most part, but it's still, you know, really hot. So basically we're gonna stuff it in the oven and they're gonna continue cooking the shells. But look how bomb that looks. Who's coming over? Who wants to come over and eat Easter Sunday dinner with us? Is it coming or not? And this feeds an army, you guys. Usually I would make 2 boxes, but who be kidding, you guys? There's only 3 of us. There's no need for me to be making a humongous bag. I mean, 2 boxes. So there you have it. Guys, what we ended up doing was adding another layer of ricotta on top, because we love ricotta and we had so much extra. And then my sister added a layer of, what kind of cheese? Mozzarella and the 6 cheese blends. It looks like a pound of cheese. You can omit, you know, adding the cheese if you don't want any. That's fine. That's personal preference. But we love cheese here. It's Easter Sunday, and we're definitely gonna indulge. I am gonna be covering this up at 350 for 45 minutes, 40 or 45 minutes. After 40 or 45 minutes, I'm gonna put it at 400 because I want it to be oozing, bubbly, and I want it to be like
crispy on top.
Yeah. So we'll show you when it's all done.
So you guys, so this is what we're looking like after 20 minutes. We ended up giving you the wrong instructions. We did leave them on for 20 minutes. Now we're going to crank it up for about another 10 minutes. We're going to put it on how much of a heat?
450.
Just so that the cheese could get
Bubbly.
crispy and bubbly on top. So here we have it, you guys. Look at that. Bam. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this right now. We're gonna let this cool for a little bit just because, you know, the ricotta is super hot and it's just gonna run all over the place. And then I'm going to put in my biscuits in the oven and I will show you what that looks like. Here we have a tray full of biscuits and I'm just gonna be making my garlic butter that's gonna go on top of the biscuits when they're all done and cooked.
Okay, you guys, this is dinner. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.